myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Very good morning, you beautiful people. Welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso on SABC3. Looking fine, madame.
Thank you.
The hints of red, beauty fleur.
Oh,
I was joining you. Red Squad.
Oh, I love it.
Red
I love
Squad.
it.
Yeah, listen, it's going to be a great one. Once again, we talked to the runners of the High Five Hope Run who are taking on a 1,200-kilometer journey from Cape Town to Port Elizabeth, all for cancer patients. Beautiful stuff.
Absolutely. And then this morning we're talking about enhancing the numeracy skills with our toddlers. I believe in that. Start them off young.
All right.
They can only go straight to the top.
That numeracy skills. Nice. And then we also take out our emoji charades game. Can you guess the emojis? Is it a movie? Is it a song? We'll play along with you on our Facebook page.
Exactly. And then, you know, solving a Rubik's Cube is generally hard in normal conditions.
Yeah.
How about trying to solve it underwater? That's what's trending this morning, and we'll bring you the details later on.
Why would you even do that?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay. And then music comes to us live from Josh Daniels, 17-year-old singer-songwriter. Man, and this guy's got a golden voice. We've been warming up to some of his sounds. Rashapa salsa, rashapa salade, rashapa dressing, all those good things. It's going to be a wonderful morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's start the day off by taking a look at the temperatures with Mr. Ewan. I can't even stop dancing.
And with that is going to be a true feel-good Wednesday morning. A very warm welcome from my side as well. Let's kick things off with your weather and traffic. In your weather for this Wednesday morning, it's going to be a mild to warm and sunny day across most parts of the country. Polokwane vandag 12 grade minimum en 'n maximum van 'n matige 24. Mbombela 11-20. Pretoria 12 minimum en 'n warmer 29. Johannesburg 11-27. Mahikeng 14-32. Klerksdorp 15-30. Kimberley begin op 12 grade minimum en dit styg na 29 later vandag. Bloemfontein 9-27. Richards Bay 17-24. Pietermaritzburg starting off on a 9 degrees minimum with a maximum of 20. Durban 16-22. Mthatha 9-22. East London 14 and a high of 20. Cradock starting off on 10 minimum with a maximum of 29 degrees. Port Elizabeth 13-19. George 10-20. Sutherland on a cool 2 degrees minimum but then warming up to 22 later on today. Cape Town 12-19. Worcester 8-26. Springbok 7-28 and Uppington starting off on 9 degrees minimum with a maximum of a hot 32 degrees. That's a wrap of your weather. We'll keep you updated. Another weather bulletin coming your way just after 7 o'clock this morning. Right now though, I know it's early, but let's quickly take a look at what's happening out on the roads in Gauteng, Bedford View. Now earlier this morning there was an accident on the N12 and that was eastbound after the Galudi's interchange. Now 2 lanes may still be blocked, so please approach with caution. And over in the Western Cape Kales River, there's heavy traffic on the Van Riebeeck Road westbound that's approaching the R300 interchange, and you can expect heavy delays in the area as well. That's it for your traffic. We'll also keep you updated with that. Another update heading your way just after 7 o'clock.
It can hit any time. Texa Allergy, available in tablets and syrup from Pharmadynamics. Effective, affordable healthcare. Today for tomorrow.
All right, now on the 18th of September, 2 brave South Africans started the grueling 1,200-kilometer run, all in the name of raising funds for cancer patients and research. And the High Five Hope Run saw Sharon Jessup and Belinda Davids cover an average of 57 kilometers a day over 3 weeks to complete the journey from Cape Town to Port Elizabeth. And to chat about her cross-country run, Sharon Jessup joins us on the line this morning. Good morning, Sharon.
Good morning, Kat. How are you?
Very, very well. Thank you so much. Well done on making it back to Port Elizabeth. How are you feeling emotionally, physically after that grueling 1,200 kilometers?
You know, actually totally fabulous, eh?
I love the enthusiasm. I mean, you completed 57 kilometers a day, so I mean that's a lot of time that you must have been alone in your own thoughts. What went through your mind while you were running?
Sure, you know, as I say to people that you can't do a journey like this and not be completely changed by it. You know, when you spend 5-6 hours a day by yourself running, so many things go through your mind. It's quite amazing, you know. You see so many things. You notice so much that you would never notice when you're not on your feet running. So it's just, yeah, you really just go through such a transformation process. It's incredible.
Yeah. And coming to the main point of why you were doing this run in the first place, that was to raise funds for cancer patients. Are you able to tell us how much you were able to raise and what the money will be used for?
We still have some donations coming in. Unfortunately, we didn't raise as much as we wanted to raise. So, we're still hoping that people will actually open their hearts and their minds to us and donate.
Yes.
The money that we raise will be used to fund actual treatment for cancer patients. That can't afford, especially alternative therapies, and then also a huge chunk of that will go for free education and training in terms of cancer.
Yeah.
Your early detection, your prevention. Once you have it, what is the best nutrition to take to aid the body to fight the cancer, and also what alternative therapies are available.
Okay, and so now with the Cape Town to PE Challenge being over, like you said, now people still can help if they would like to do so. So how do we as the public get involved and help you raise more funds to fight against cancer?
Well, fabulous. The easiest way would either be to get hold of us on Facebook, the High Five Hope Run, with the hashtag Cancer Will Fall, or also on our website, which is yhiyh2016.com. And there is a big red donate button on the actual website, and people are welcome to click on that and donate whatever they feel they can.
Absolutely wonderful, Sharon. Congratulations to you and your partner and your team for this very inspirational run that you took on, all in the name of fighting for a great cause. And have a wonderful morning.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And thanks, you too.
All right, there we go. Sharon Jessup there joining us to let us know all the details about the High Five Hope Run that took place. Of course, that 1,200-kilometer journey, all in the name of fighting against cancer.
Well, it's time for us to head to social media this morning. Can you believe it? It's only 12 years till, 12 weeks rather, 12 years? 12 weeks until the end of the year. And we would like to know, what do you still want to achieve for 2017? Let's see who kicks us off this morning. Craig says, wow, time has really flown. I'm completely amped for next year, but I want to take small steps with God's grace and mercy, and I hope to make even bigger steps towards my goals. Adelaide says, to make a difference in the lives of the kids where I work at a children's program center. I love that. Garth says, I would like to achieve a pass and still get my license and get myself a new school. Very cool. Sviso says, I still wish to be employed and I want to be able to provide for my family in the future. And let's end it off with Jabu, who says, good morning, lovely people. I would like to pass grade 11 and go to matric. That's what I would like to achieve. Well, we certainly hope the same for you. Keep those coming. We want to know, for the rest of 2017, what do you still want to achieve?
Man, I can't believe we are nearing the end of the year. It is crazy. It is crazy. 2018 is on the doorstep, dude.
You're already in next year.
Yeah. Anyways, let's keep it to this year right now and to this morning specifically. After the break, coming up, we hang out with our parenting expert, Nikki Bush, and she tells about the importance of those numbers, numeracy skills for our toddlers, and why it's important to deduce that from the get-go.
Yeah, and then we'll also have some fun with you on our Facebook page. We'll be playing our Emoji charades game. Stay tuned for that and more on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We'll be right back. Yo, wawa. Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's a Tuesday morning. It's a Wednesday morning. I'm being khabuzat by these news, man. The news we're about to talk to you about right now is khabulizing. I don't know, that's the only way I can describe right now. What's happening in Mzansi?
Well, Miss South Africa, Demi Lee Nell Peters may be headed to the Miss Universe pageant, but who says that she can't make a few stops along the way? Taking to Instagram, the beauty queen shared several photos of her latest adventure, which is a trip to Greece. Oh my word, some people are living
just
the life.
to make it official that we were at OR Tambo, officially there.
Well, from taking in the sights and the sounds to shopping and even snapping a gorgeous selfie. For someone who's traveling solo, she sure makes it look like she's having a lot of fun.
Is that a traffic light on the floor? Can we go back to the previous picture? That's a traffic light on the floor.
No, it's not. It's just the angle.
It's like a staircase, it looks like.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is that angle?
Khabula what?
Khabuluzi. That's what I'm saying. That picture's on my mind.
She's definitely living her best life.
Yeah.
Well, you know someone else that's living their best life is Somgaga. Well, you know that yesterday we reported that he was in a studio and we thought, could he potentially be branching into music? Well, it turns out that it's true. Somgaga has confirmed that he is in fact working on a single to be released this summer after this image of him in studio surfaced earlier this week. No word on the exact release date, but according to Samizi, it will be a fun track for all of Mzansi to love. And judging by the love that we already have for him, we have a hunch that it's going to be a hit.
I told you, Khubla's news, eh? It's just it's summer's gonna be lit, though.
What do you think the title's gonna be of the song?
Yo, because that's exactly
It's gotta be a hook, line, and sinker.
It's gonna be like one of those
clincher,
unbelievable, delicious songs.
It'll probably be a house one and like ooh shim.
Yeah, maybe it's gonna be whooshin.
Something like that.
With a little in between there for like the hook line. I don't know.
Holding from A to B. I don't know.
Okay, drops mic right there. Okay, let's continue with your Wednesday morning right now. It's okay, you'll be patched up. Listen, let's talk some parenting quickly with our parenting expert, Nikki Bush. It's all about numeracy for our toddlers.
Even Nikki Bush can't pick that up.
A child's number sense starts at home with lots of everyday activities. We talked to our creative parenting expert, Nikki Bush, about just how easy it is to introduce number sense into everyday interactions with our children. Nikki, welcome back. We're going to have a little bit of fun today. Are we talking about maths? Are we talking about numbers?
The precursor to maths, really.
Okay.
You know, I think when we hear maths as parents, we go,
because most of us can't do it.
But actually, number sense is about understanding quantity and what makes up quantity. And it's the real concrete understanding of what number is. You know, so many parents are very proud of their little ones. My child can count from 1 to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's a bit like going A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But actually, do they understand what makes up the number 3, the number 5, the number 6? Because if they don't have that understanding, it's just information, as Einstein said. It's not a personal experience of number. So creating an understanding of number sense is giving them a feel for number.
So this says to me that they're not going to learn it through an app on a screen, that it's going to come by using their bodies or maybe a balance of the two. How do we get our children at the very earliest stages using their bodies to start getting that number sense?
Okay, so the body is a great place to start. When they're little, we count fingers and toes. How many little fingers have you got? How many little toes? This little piggy went to market. This little piggy stayed at home. Those are all those little rhymes. And get them, like when you're in the bath with them, this is a great way to work out body parts. Like, how many eyes has Daddy got? And they can touch
Keeps
your
them
eyes.
distracted,
How many noses do I have? How many ears do you have? So there's loads of counting there. And then, you know, basics like going to the shops and buying a bag of bananas, a hand of bananas. Then you take them out of the packet and get them to count the bananas. And how many apples are there in the packet? Or how many people are in the family? There's 4 of us and there are 8 apples. How do we divide this up so that everybody gets the same number of apples? So they can go 1 for you, 1 for you, 1 for you, and so on, until eventually they get to 2 apples each. They're not learning multiplication and division technically, but they are actually learning about it in a very physical, concrete way.
They're developing an understanding of it,
yes,
which I absolutely love. I think the kitchen also becomes a great place to have a little bit of fun in this regard. What tips have you kind of, or can you give us in that sort of area? In fact, in the entire home, how does it work?
Well, what I love about the kitchen, if your kids are in the kitchen cooking with you, as they get older, they also learn how to weigh and measure things. So what does 100 grams of flour look like? And timing, and what do you mix with what, and how much of this, so proportion. But once again, you're not teaching them the science and the maths of it, you're just doing it. And it's a fantastic way for children to get this multisensory sense of maths, of numbers.
And they get the reward of cookies at the end of it all.
Absolutely, absolutely. And even just the dining room. Think about the dining room. When we lay the table, and if there are 4 of us, how many knives do we need? How many forks do we need? How many spoons do we need? So you've got to pre-prepare and plan, and then you copy the mathematical language. The fork goes on the left, the knife goes on the right, and the spoon goes at the top. Now, these words are mathematical words. And our children need to get an experience of a physical experience of what left, right, on top, in between, and nothing means.
I love that. I think you could even kind of extend that to traffic and playing. In every environment, there's always a number element to it, a number sense to be developed. So we're going to get into some of the games. You can see I've been kind of training towards these really cute games here. And we are talking about developing a number sense within your child. And maybe it's an opportunity for us as parents to brush up on our math skills along the way as well. Don't have to be scared of it. There are simple and fun ways that you can do it yourself.
All right, thank you very much, G and Nikki Bush. We'll catch up with them a bit later on. Right now, a little tester of your knowledge of entertainment, news, songs and movies with our emoji charades game. You know how it works. We'll show you the emojis, give you some couple of clues, and then see whether you can guess the emoji charades. Are you guys ready?
Let's do this, man.
Here are the emojis. Boom.
Okay.
It's a song.
It's a song.
Yeah.
Right? It's
Okay.
got
One word.
One word.
Okay.
Thunder, more thunder and rain.
Sure.
Is that how you describe that
Okay.
emoji? Thunder, more thunder. Rain.
Thunder and rain.
Okay, cool. Anyway,
Oh.
here are the clues we're giving you. So this track was released earlier this year by an American rock band, right? It features on the band's 3rd studio album, and it's also the 2nd song from this group that topped the TV commercials chart of 2017. I didn't even know such a thing existed. The
No.
Top TV commercials
Top
chart.
TV commercials chart.
Yeah, so think about those 3
That's
clues.
crazy. I thought I knew the song, but the group's name, I think, has 2 words in it, so it can't be that one.
Yeah, but
we
it's like
got
the song name.
the
We want
song
the
name.
song
I
name.
know that the song. Oh, just the song name.
Just the
okay,
song
then I got
name.
it. I got
Really?
it. I
Yeah.
got it. Yes.
I'm lost.
Okay, I'm lost. You're lost.
No, I'm not lost.
You're
I'm
not
found.
lost. You are.
I'm lost.
Okay, please find us.
You are.
Find us on Facebook and on Twitter, and use hashtag Expresso Show and see whether you can guess our emoji charades game. Thunder, thunder, rain. Thunder, rain.
Oh, still to come on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Imagine solving a Rubik's Cube. It's hard in everyday life, but this time, how much harder could it be trying to solve it underwater?
Yeah, still the big question, why? Why? Anyways, and then we are going to be entertaining you this morning with our musical guest. He is absolutely phenomenal, Josh Daniels, 17-year-old.
Josh Daniels.
He's got a magnificent voice. Don't miss that. Don't miss that. We'll be back after the break.
Only you can make my day.
Samsung, we develop technology so you can live life. Samsung, a way of life.
Welcome back to your Wednesday morning. Thank you so much for joining us. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Expresso on SABC3. Trying to get through all my words as quickly as possible. No, slow it down a little bit. We found some interesting and random funny things on social media to share with you to put a smile on your face. What have we got this morning?
A cat story.
Cat story. Yay!
Too bad Zoe's not here. We love cats. So a couple in Japan adopted a cute British long-haired cat called Meepo. Meepo, yes.
Okay.
Now, at first they were very concerned about how they're going to keep him clean because, you know, cats, of course, notoriously hate water and being brushed and groomed. But Meepo surprised his owners by being very relaxed.
Really?
Yeah.
This is Meepo. Hello,
This is Meepo. Yes, and...
Oh, wow.
Why do you have to put a shower cap on him?
Oh, loving life.
And he's just chilling it out.
Oh, wow.
No care in the world. No care in the
That's
world.
quite a hairy cat.
That's a very hairy
I
guy.
haven't seen one so hairy in a while. Anyway,
Meepo.
Good on you, Meepo. Konbanwa. What about this one? A story that we found while out deep sea diving. This diver encountered a school of sharks and then got to do what he's always wanted to do: be up close and personal with them. I mean, how mind-blowing is this? This is you just seeing your whole life flash before your very eyes.
That is very cool.
Because these sharks could just go shark on you anytime.
Wow.
You're like, oh, you sharks. But then you're
Shark.
But look at how still he's lying there, hey? Like, I suppose that's the trick.
playing dead. Playing dead.
And then the last story that I have for you, we found on Facebook of this little boy deciding to, you know what, do something different underwater. How about solving a Rubik's Cube while holding his breath? So check it out, huh? Just your friend holding you down, making sure you don't float to the
pretty
top.
cool.
You're holding your breath, and boom, you actually are solving it.
Wow.
Hey!
Wait, not yet. Don't you premature. Hold on.
Not that.
Hey!
And then he goes, so you didn't drop and you went,
Pretty amazing.
So I guess
People like
the-
that just are like...
The big answer to our question, why, is because it's cool.
Because he can.
Yeah, and because it looks cool.
Yeah.
Because it always seems impossible until it's done. Come on. Drops.
Anyway, let us know which hashtag or story has caught your attention on social media. Please do share it with us on Facebook and on Twitter and use our hashtag Expresso Show. But right now, it's time for music. You guys ready for music? Yes. This morning we're joined by 17-year-old singer Josh Daniels, who is about to blow you away with his rendition of Frank Sinatra's Fly Me to the Moon.
Fly me to the moon, now let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and on Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. But don't fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. You fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true, yeah. In other words, I love you, yeah, yeah, yeah.
the most beautiful rendition of that song I've ever heard, then I don't know what is, man.
Thank you so
that
much,
was
man.
brilliant, man. Well done, well done. Great way to start off the morning. So tell me, because I understand that you have no formal training as such when it comes to music.
No, not at all.
So how did you come about this extraordinary talent? Because you've got a brilliant voice.
Well, I started music in grade 8, so from there I took it from a music teacher.
Yeah.
So yeah, he
And this,
teach
is
me.
this the kind of music at school where you do like piano?
It's vocal.
Yeah, vocal.
Plain vocal.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
and
it.
what inspired you to want to do it? Was it just one of those passions that you had? What was it?
Well, Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah, she inspired me.
Wow, man. And where do you see yourself going with your music career? Where do you want to go?
I actually want to do Broadway.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And how far along are you in that journey? Are you going to auditions?
Yeah, I am actually.
Yeah.
To a lot.
Which musical would you love to play in?
Phantom of the Opera.
As the Phantom?
Yes.
Man, I'm sure that is in your path, in your destiny. Thank you so much for sharing that beautiful talent with us, and we'll have more from Josh Daniels a little bit later on. In the meantime, link up with us on our Facebook page and let us know what you thought about that rendition of Fly Me to the Moon.
In your national news this morning, the Western Cape Economic Opportunities MEC Alan Winde says around 4.9 billion rand will be lost in the agriculture sector if the drought continues to linger. Winde says various issues including avian influenza and dwindling water resources are affecting the sector. He says the drought will have a devastating effect on jobs, with the possibility of around 36,000 people being laid off. South Africa's Public Investment Corporation, one of the continent's largest asset managers, said that it has not ruled out investing in struggling state-owned airline South African Airways. Addressing Parliament's Finance Committee, PIC CEO Dan Machila said that SAA would first need to improve governance and implement a turnaround strategy before being considered. The PIC manages South African government employee retirement funds and has been in the spotlight recently after reports that the Finance Ministry requested money from the pension fund to bail out struggling state firms. Now moving further abroad, overnight rain and winds helped firefighters tame wildfires that devastated homes and people in their cars, leaving 36 dead in Portugal, with 4 also killed in blazes in northern Spain. Portugal's Civil Protection Agency says that the 15 biggest fires had been brought under control, adding that 7 people were still missing as the country began 3 days of national mourning for the victims. The deaths, which included a 1-month-old baby, came 4 months after 64 people were killed in the deadliest fire in the country's history in June. And then finally, thousands of people took to the streets of Catalonia yesterday after a judge ordered the detention of 2 separatist leaders, further inflaming tensions over the region's chaotic referendum on splitting from Spain. Thousands of workers in Barcelona and other cities staged a brief walkout at noon in protest at Monday's move by the National Court in Madrid to keep Jordi Cuixart and Jordi Sanchez behind bars on sedition charges. Hundreds gathered outside the Catalan regional government offices in central Barcelona shouting, quote, "Repression is not the solution." Well, that was your 7 o'clock news update. Let's get a look at what's happening in the world of sport.
Thanks very much, Leanne, and very good morning to all our sport fans out there. Now, South Africa and Bangladesh resume their ODI battle today with the second game of their 3-match ODI series taking place in Paarl. The Proteas currently hold a 1-0 series lead after Hashim Amla and Quinton de Kock helped the team to a cruising 10-wicket victory in Kimberley last Sunday. Today's game gets underway at the Buran Park Oval in Paarl from 10 a.m. In footballing news, Kaizer Chiefs got the better of Mamelodi Sundowns in the Premier League last night as they claimed a 2-1 win in Pretoria. While Sundowns managed to get a goal back in the 82nd minute, Chiefs had already done the damage thanks to a goal by Siyabonga Ngezana and Bernard Parker. In last night's only other match in the PSL, Bloemfontein Celtic beat Cape Town City by a 0-0. In Champions League football, Tottenham Hotspur earned a valuable point in the Champions League last night as they played out to a 1-1 draw with Real Madrid in Spain. Tottenham took the lead in the 28th minute with a Rafael Varane own goal, but Cristiano Ronaldo restored order just before halftime as he slotted home a penalty after Toni Kroos was fouled in the box. Elsewhere in the Champions League last night, Liverpool crushed Maribor by 7-0, while Manchester City earned a 2-1 win over Napoli. And finally, the draw for the European 2018 World Cup playoffs took place last night, which saw four-time world champions Italy drawn against Sweden. Italy, who haven't missed a World Cup since 1958, secured their playoff spot after finishing behind Spain in Group G, while Sweden lost out to France in Group A. Elsewhere in the playoff draw, Northern Ireland will face Switzerland and the Republic of Ireland are up against Denmark, and Croatia will play Greece. And that's a roundup of your sporting headlines this morning. We'll have another update for you a bit later on.
Let's quickly take another look at your roads this morning. Starting off in the Western Cape Maitland, there's a stationary vehicle on the N1 outbound, and that's after the Kuburg interchange. The left shoulder is blocked, so please approach with caution. Also in the Western Cape Brackenfell, there's been a multi-vehicle accident on the N1 inbound after Okavango Road. The left lane is blocked, so please approach that area with caution as well. That's what we have for you in terms of traffic. Please be safe on the roads this morning. Right now, though, let's quickly get into your weather and take a look at what those temperatures are doing for your Wednesday. And it looks like it's going to be a mild to warm day across most parts of the country and mostly sunny conditions as well. Polokwane op 12 grade minimum en 'n matige 24 later vandag. Mbombela 11:20, Pretoria 12 en 'n maximum 29, Johannesburg 11:27, Mahikeng 14 en 'n baie warm 32 grade later vandag. Klerksdorp 15:30, Kimberley op 12 grade minimum vanoggend en 'n maximum 29, Bloemfontein in 9:27, Richards Bay 17:24, Pietermaritzburg op 9 grade minimum en 'n maximum van 20 later, Durban on a 16 reaching a high of 22, Mthatha 9:22, East London 14 minimum with a maximum of 20, Cradock 9:29 or 10:29, Port Elizabeth 13 and the maximum 19 degrees, Port Elizabeth or George on a 10 this morning, with a maximum of 20, Sutherland starting off on a cold 2 degrees minimum, warming up to 22, Cape Town at 12:19, Worcester 8:26, Springbok 7:28 and Uppington on 9 minimum with a maximum of 32 degrees. Nice and hot. Well, that's a wrap of your weather for the 7 o'clock bulletin. One more update heading your way just after 8.
Spend 400 Rand or more at BP. Swipe your Avios card and you could win big. Make your dream holiday a reality with hashtag BP Fuel My Festive.
Well, it's time for us to head to social media again. If you're looking for some wisdom on this Wednesday, how about hashtag Wednesday Wisdom? I really like this one. It says, wealth isn't about money, it's about options. And if you always have options, or rather, you always have top options, so choose wisely. I think Pitbull would agree. Ziggy says, if you walk in the woods, be on guard for the wolves. Let's go down a bit further. The journey of life will be more lighter and easier if you don't carry your past with you. And let's see if we can find one more over here to inspire us on this beautiful morning. How about this one? Wednesday Wisdom. If you listen to what everyone tells you, how will you be happy? So those are very, very cool. Go and check them out. Really, really wonderful ones. And this is the last one I think you need to see. Life's blows cannot break a person whose spirit is warmed by the fire of enthusiasm. I'm going to leave it right there. Hashtag Wednesday Wisdom. Check it out.
I love it. Hashtag Wednesday Wisdom. Right now, though, something for all you movie fans. This week, the Expresso New Metro Movie Club is giving you exclusive access to see a spine-chilling thriller. At that will definitely have you at the edge of your seat. Now, Geostorm sees a race against the clock to uncover the real threat before a storm wipes out everything and everyone with it. Now, be one of the very first in South Africa to experience this action-packed natural disaster movie at a special pre-release screening in New Metro's exhilarating multi-sensory 4DX cinemas. That's only at the V&A Waterfront in Cape Town, the Pavilion in Durban and Hyde Park in Johannesburg on the 19th of October at 8:30. So stand a chance to win double tickets to see Geostorm in 4DX at New Metro ahead of its official release. SMS or simply SMS the keyword Geostorm plus your name and city to 40675. Then remember, you need to add the city in which you're able to watch the screening as well. T's and C's can be found on our website, expressoshow.com, and the competition closes at 12 noon on the 18th of October. Now, will Earth survive, or is this how Doomsday will play out? Enter, stand a chance to win, and you could be one of 100 winners to see the film on Thursday night.
Find the best entertainment at New Metro Cinemas. It's your scene.
Well, we hope you stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast show. When we come back from a short break, we talk about a story that broke yesterday about a leaked database that potentially contains the information or the personal information of millions of South Africans. So you might be at risk. Stay tuned for that. And also, our labour of love story today, one of a 66-year-old who is guiding the streets of her community. Stay tuned for that and more. We'll be right back after the break.
Ever wanted to visit a snowy winter wonderland or is relaxing on a tropical island more your thing? You can visit your ideal destination when you win one of 21 dream holidays every week from 2 October until 15 December with hashtag BP Fuel My Festive. Enter the competition by visiting a BP fuel station and swiping your Avios card when you spend 400 Rand or more. Sign up for your Avios card for free at BP and get your entries in to win big with hashtag BP Fuel My Festive.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso on SABC3. Time for us to update you a little bit on some news that broke yesterday, and news that got me giving me the hibba-dibba-jeebies.
Bro, there's two stories I think that can blow our hair back this morning. So yesterday, news broke about a leaked database potentially containing the personal information of millions of South Africans. Okay, now renowned Australian security researcher Troy Hunt, what a name as well, discovered the data and went on Twitter to ask South African followers follows for help in verifying the information. Now, after a few successful searches from willing participants, he verified that the information in this batch of data contained names, ID numbers, addresses, even sometimes income statements of millions of people. Dude, this is very, very scary. This database was found in the form of a 27.2 gigabyte backup file, and it's not clear who leaked it, but some of it dates back as far as 1990. And when placed in the wrong hands, of course, this could potentially be very, very dangerous, as identity theft has become a huge problem in the modern world. Dude, you can't help but assume it's like, is my details there?
That's exactly what I'm thinking, and I'm thinking I'm going to change all of my passwords today.
Dude,
everything. I'm changing everything.
I think as a rule, it's good to change your passwords every month or two. Dude, it's crazy.
Careful. Maybe you should do the same too at home. And then another story about something called the kilonova.
Oh, dude, heading to the stars right now. Exactly, a kilonova. Look at that picture. That's very cool. So probably the biggest story to break internationally is the announcement earlier this week by astronomers regarding the observance of something called a kilonova. Now, 130 million light years away. That is where this kilonova took place. So a kilonova is basically what happens when two dying stars collide and go out with a bang. The observance was made by LIGO, the Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory in the US. Yes, it's a mouthful. But scientists have theorized that these explosions may be responsible for producing the heavier elements in the universe, such as gold and silver, and they say that a kilonova, can possibly produce gold equaling 40 to 100 times the mass of Earth.
The mass of
Earth. That's how big, like, we are tiny, dude. We are really, really tiny. So they are basically saying that this discovery will do for science what the invention of sound recording did for the film industry.
And that's
how
major.
big this discovery is.
That's major. Now, we just need to find a transportation mechanism that's fast enough to get there.
Yeah, just like a long hook or something, and shoot it out. So if you are confused by any of this, as we certainly are, make sure that you tune into Expresso this coming Friday morning at 7 a.m. when we'll be unpacking this cosmic event with our tech expert Tianis. It should be fascinating at that as well. Hey?
Absolutely.
Let's go fish for gold. 130 million light
Thanks so much, guys. You know what? I personally believe that you are never too old to start a new venture, and that's exactly what can be said by today's Labour of Love guest. It's a person that after retirement decided to start a brand new career, and that is traffic attending.
The safety of the children comes first. I love children, and these children that cross here by the road, they all so sweet, asking me how I am. How's Auntie Sandra? After retirement, I decided to become a traffic attendant. I worked for 28 years at the hospital, and I was a bit bored at home. So I applied for the job as traffic attendant, and I got the job. I was so happy. My first day on the job was very exciting, actually, because to have all these children here standing here and I had to care for them safely over the road, that makes me very happy. Just to think I'm coming to the children here, to get them over the road, to go to school. That's my motivation. So when I come here in the morning, I stand here and I wait for them to come, for the children to come. Then they won't go over the road unless I tell them to go. There was an incident once. They were standing there, two boys, and I was coming on. And they stood there and the man said in the car, come, cross. But they stood there. They won't cross the road. They said, no. We're waiting for Auntie Sandra to come and stop the car. Then we'll cross the road, you know. My family's reaction was, when I told them I want to become a traffic attendant, was, you so old, what do you want to do still on the road? I said, no, that will keep me fit. You know, I'm 66 and I feel like 45, I think. And I like being around, you see, that's the main thing. And my family and the community, they were quite surprised. You know, still now, they will always be so surprised to see me on the road. You know, I'm always up and about, happy, and always greeting. And the people that drive the car past here, they will always hoot and shout, hello, how are you, and all that kind of things. They're very, very, very polite people here. advice to people over 60 years is not to sit at home. Do something to keep you busy, you know, then you'll enjoy life like I do. Some people won't believe that I'm 66. They're quite surprised at my age and I'm still doing a job.
Well, on a Wednesday, we talk finances, and whether you get paid weekly, on the 25th, or even at the end of the month, carrying cash safely is very important. Carrying cash safely, rather, is a very important part of banking safety, and this is why.
So as payday draws nearer every month, we are all generally in high spirit. But so is the Skellum, because he knows that consumers spend more money and carry more cash than normal, making it payday for him or her as well. So we're joined today by Kiliane Pillay, the CEO of SABRIC, the South African Banking Risk Information Centre, to give us tips on how to carry cash safely, especially around payday. And, you know, you kind of think about it, why even carry cash in the first place? But unfortunately, there are people who are in, you know, I guess areas where banking or transacting with your card is not always possible. So cash is a means of being able to kind of get around your daily life. So how important is it then to carry cash safely, and then when you're making those deposits in the bank, to not display it, to not be pulling out your wallet and showing those hundreds and hundreds of randellas in there?
Well, of course, it's absolutely important. You know, some people sometimes even would carry the money outside the bank, with making it visible in the sense of, you know, having one of those money bags,
yes,
so that it's visible to people, or having some kind of briefcase that gives a sense of, you know, there's money in it, especially when it's larger sums of money, or having a cash deposit book or some kind of thing that makes it, gives the perpetrator, the criminal, the idea or the information they need that, okay, this is possibly the one I need to follow or to watch. So it's very important for one not to tell people that you're going to do large deposits, not to make it visible. And of course, the best advice would be to find alternate ways to do this, instead of putting yourself at risk and taking the money to the bank.
I'm kind of thinking along the lines of, let's say, a small businessman who, let's say, operates at a taxi rank and they're selling their fruits there. So they're dealing with cash every single day and somehow need to get that cash into a bank. Would you advise something like maybe changing your banking routine, perhaps finding a different branch that you can visit at different times of the day to make those deposits, so that the Skellum doesn't learn your routine?
Absolutely, Kat. It's really vitally important. I think what happens is that, you know, usually you have one bank that you go to, that becomes your branch. You develop a relationship with the bank manager there.
Yes.
We now saying to people, look, unfortunately, you're going to have to develop relationships with a couple of banks, a few branches. You know, it doesn't have to be too far away, but you need to then randomly change your visits to the bank, to the different branches, or don't create a routine there as well, Monday to bank A and Tuesday to that. Do different banks, makes it random in terms of how you're doing it. And unfortunately, you know, the criminals are forcing people to change their behavior and do things differently.
Yeah. So then, to that end of trying to protect your cash and your account and your funds, would you then maybe advise people to find businesses that do deal with electronic transactions in order for them to I guess, be on the safer side?
Well, I think these days the important thing is that, you know, whether you're a business or whether you're an individual, you actually can make all your payments and do most of your transactions electronically. You can either pay with your card over the counter, even if you're paying an account. You can pay over the counter with the card, or you can do an EFT, or you could register to do debit orders. Alternatively, if you want to do an EFT yourself and you don't have a mobile, your device is not a smart device, you don't have a mobile app, you can go to an ATM. The ATM also will enable you to do a transfer, to make a payment to someone. So you don't have to physically carry that cash, and we would really encourage, banks are encouraging all their customers to rather use alternative methods of doing their banking, so that they're safer, their money is safer, and they're actually protecting themselves.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, you don't want to be putting yourself at risk at the end of the month and people targeting you. Well, as always, we do appreciate your advice and your time. Thank you very much for joining us, Kiliane. And, of course, don't let your payday become Skellum's payday too. Consider making use of cell phone banking or the internet, of course, to use to make transfers instead of carrying cash on you. Now, for more tips on how to bank safely, visit the SABRIC website, and you can also find them on Facebook and on Twitter, so that you can hashtag Wise Up and Watch Out.
Wise Up, Watch Out.
Well, it most certainly is a beautiful day in the Mother City. Stick around with us. We're going to be taking a very quick ad break. When we come back, we delve into the world of weird news, and a rather interesting one at this, where a family was saved by the Hogwarts Express. Literally, the actual train. We'll bring you the full story. And then also lots more coming up in terms of the food, in terms of your kitchen as well. Stick around with that. We'll be back after the break. In terms of the kitchen, in terms of food, what was that last coming up? What was that last coming up? Yachting! Damn it, Ewan. Completely forgot. Exploring the world of luxury yachting. But it's all Lucian, man. Lucian, stand here. No, stand here. Stand here. Make this. Come forward. Blah, blah, blah.
All good by the time.
Very.
Set up in the kitchen. Bacon. Yeah, bitch.
What are we doing?
You
That
haven't
was a
linked to
beautiful
another
response.
What's that?
It was so Lucian-esque.
What?
The past week. It's my feel-good breakfast show. Welcome to a Wiki Wild Wednesday on your feel-good breakfast show. Some weird news that we're about to share with you right now that we discovered. I'm loving this first story that happened this past weekend, where a family of 6 went camping in Scotland, as they do. Now, after a storm washed away their canoe, you can imagine, disaster. They're stranded in the marshlands. And Scotland. And they were rescued by, guess what? None other than the Hogwarts Express. What? Yes. This is the very, very same train that's used in the Harry Potter film. So when police learned about the emergency from the phone call from the family, that they were stuck with 3 children under the age of 10, they had to do something as soon as possible. So the nearest rescue team was called on, which was a tourist train that was used in the filming of the Harry Potter film series. Wow. And the best part of the story is that when the policeman, what the policeman actually said to the father in that emergency phone call says, "Sir, we've arranged for the next train to stop, and you won't believe what it is. It's the Hogwarts Express. Your children are going to love it." That's exact. That was actually.
And you can take out lives.
You can.
That's crazy. Only in Scotland. Anyways, from getting lost unintentionally to getting lost by choice, this story is gonna just like change your life forever. Okay. Now, a very bizarre story from England surfaced this week after Malcolm Applegate, a 62-year-old man, ran away from home and lived in the woods for 10 years. Now, get this. Malcolm is a gardener by trade, and claims that his marriage was falling apart a decade ago and he couldn't take it anymore. So guess what he did? He packed his bags and went to go camping in the Kingston woodlands without telling a soul.
No.
He lived there while servicing the garden at a local community centre and eventually getting work and lodging at a homeless shelter. 10 years later, his family assumes that he passed away, and when he finally saw the error of his ways, he reconnected with them and is now trying to piece his life together. Hey,
10 years.
10 years. Imagine just like, I'm sick of here. And you pack your bags and you go. And you live in the woods. And you work in the garden.
You like just storm off. But like you living like what's it queen, Papa? Like what do you do?
That is the
you, like,
weirdest. That's why it's
hunt, like,
weird news.
It is.
You eat berries and like
berries.
Snails.
Yeah? And then can you imagine you rock up there at home and then wifey is like, yo! just like, I eat for like days on end. Oh my goodness. Anyway, those are some of the weird news stories that we found from around the world. Share yours with us on our social media pages using the hashtag Expresso Show. Milk called me off. It's after 10 years.
Some really crazy stories indeed. But listen, let's on to something quite interesting right now. We all know it's a match made in heaven with your favorite cereals, but what about all the other ways that can use good old-fashioned fresh milk? So here we go with a couple of very clever Clover fresh milk food hacks to freshen up frozen fish or even make creamy soups and a whole lot more. Check it out.
From corn on the cob to delicious soups, there are so many ways that Clover fresh milk can make your favorite dishes even more flavorsome. To help you add some more love to your meals, here are 4 really easy food hacks you can try that will transform your dishes from good to absolutely amazing by simply using Clover fresh milk. Bring the Clover full cream milk to the boil and add butter to melt. Next, add cleaned whole cobs of corn to the pot and leave to boil until tender. The milk enhances the sweet taste of the corn for a delicious addition to a meal or a snack. Freeze the milk in an ice cube tray and then add all the smoothie ingredients together into a blender. Blitz until smooth and you've got a refreshing and nutritious drink. Freezing milk is a great way to always have milk ready when you need it. Place fillets of frozen fish in Clover fresh milk to thaw as the milk revives the flavor of the fish. Next, melt the butter in a pan and fry the battered fish with some cloves of garlic. Add a squeeze of fresh lemon and saute for a few minutes to create tasty fried fish. You don't need cream to give your favorite soups a little lift and a creamier taste. Just add some Clover full cream milk. Stir gently with a spoon and voila, you have a lighter, smooth and silky soup to enjoy. With Clover full cream milk, you can add a touch of love to all your favorite dishes.
Made with love by Clover. Well, South Africa has a magnificent coastline, which of course is a huge attraction for both tourists and locals alike. It's great to enjoy the coastline on the beach, but there's a very different experience out there on the water that can be unique, luxurious and exciting when it involves a yacht.
Look at them. They are a thing of beauty, luxury yachts. And let's be honest, at some point in our lives, each one of us have dreamed of owning one of these. But unfortunately, only a small percentage of people can call these their own. So today we've been invited by Derek Levy of Boating World to delve into the world of luxury yachting.
Boating World is one of the leading African importers of sailing and motor yachts since 1999 and have helped yacht owners in many African countries set sail for adventures on the water.
Derek, this must be the life, eh?
This is the life.
So I'm looking around and there are so many different kinds of yachts. There are long ones, short ones, ones with many windows, ones with not so many windows. Tell me about the different categories of yachts that are out there.
There's sailing, there's power, there's fishing, there's cruising. So it depends what one wants to get involved in, but each serves a purpose. And you can start from little jet skis right up to the mega yachts.
And what about the difference between private yachts and charter yachts?
One can have a private yacht like this yacht that we're aboard. It's privately owned by 4 of us in a co-ownership. Each person gets a week, but then if you can't use it, anybody else can use it. So that's what's good over there. We have full-time captains, so you just pick up the phone the captain comes along, and you get on board and off you go.
So that's the private yacht side. What about charter yachts?
On a charter yacht, you have a dedicated captain, and then the yacht earns money for you. You got trips to Robben Island, you got trips to all over the place, and as well as movie shoots, you can even do bed and breakfasts on the boat. So there's a whole lot of opportunities to earn money from your yacht.
So some people actually look at owning a yacht as some kind of investment?
Absolutely. In fact, a yacht is a good investment. If you compare it to a motor car, it actually holds its value very well.
All right, so let's cast off and go.
The size of the yacht will determine the number of crew needed to run the vessel. In some countries, it is law to have permanent crew on yachts bigger than 24 meters, which naturally increases the running costs, but it can still be an investment that yields great rewards.
So while sole ownership of a yacht like this could be a huge expense, there's always the opportunity that you could co-own one like this and of course be able to enjoy the luxurious lifestyle of a yacht while splitting the costs with other owners. And so, Derek, if I were to decide to get into this, what's the process? I go to Boating World and what then?
Well, the first thing to know is where you're going to use the yacht and what is the purpose. Are you a sailor? Are you a fisherman? Are you a cruiser? Do you want to take your family out? Do you want to do entertaining with business guests? So that's the first thing. The next thing to decide is what value you want to invest, because there are different sizes. Once you've decided on that, we place the order and the boat is built and it's ready for you to use.
And as a yacht owner, I can entrust my yacht to you as Boating World. What services do you offer?
We offer a full-on service. So if you're never had a yacht before, we train you how to be a skipper, or we get you a skipper so that you can have full-time crew on the boat. We can manage the boat for you, so we clean it, maintain it, and all you have to do is phone the captain and say, I want to go out, and they'll even have the food and the champagne and everything ready for you.
So I want you just to help me dream a bit, Derek. You know, one day if I had to own a yacht, what do you think I should name my yacht? Something like Tandwa Sam.
Look at the boat we're on right now. It's called C'est la vie. C'est la vie means such is life. And what better way to spend your life?
I can't think of a better way. You know, there's something enchantingly beautiful and romantic about owning your own yacht and giving it a name like La Dolce Vita. And there's an extraordinary sense of freedom you feel while at the helm navigating it through rough seas. It's certainly something I can see myself doing for a long time to come. Now, if this is the kind of lifestyle you're interested in, then check out Boating World here in Cape Town, or better yet, visit them at the Cape Town International Boat Show being held at the V&A Waterfront from the 20th to the 22nd of October. Until then, smooth sailing.
Well, BP is giving away 21 dream holidays every week in the form of 300,000 Avios points. Now, these points can be exchanged for flights, for accommodation, and even car hire, which means just by entering, you are one step closer to planning your dream holiday. On the line, we have this week's winner, who is one of 21 winners of 300,000 Avios points, and he is none other than James Matong! James is on the line. Good morning, James.
Morning. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, very good. Very excited about the planning.
I'm so amazed. Like, how easy was it for you to enter this competition?
No, incredibly easy. I mean, it's literally, I've been collecting Avios points for about a year now.
Wow.
And all I did was change everything to filling up at BP. And that was amazing.
It made a huge difference. So, James, can you tell us, what are your plans for your dream holiday?
So my wife and I were actually in the middle of setting up plans to go to Iceland and Lapland next year in March. So all of these Avios points are pretty much going to be used for the flights, the car hire, to get ourselves there. Yeah, no, it's amazing.
That sounds amazing, James. Please do send us photos and keep us updated. But once again, congratulations. You are a very deserving winner this morning.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Well, there you see, you can also be a winner by filling up with your 400 Rand or more at any participating BP station. Then swipe your activated Avios card and you will automatically be entered into the Fuel My Festive competition. And if you don't have an Avios card, all you have to do is collect one from a participating BP station, register it on avios.com, and then start accumulating those entries by swiping your card every time you fill up with 400 Rand or more. And for more information and T's and C's, you can visit expressoshow.com or bp.co.za.
300,000.
That's lekker.
Hey, harba fichanzi.
I got a boating adventure.
Harba hemisi.
Cruising adventure.
My goodness.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck to all of those that have entered the competition. When we come back, though, we take a look at the hottest tracks on the 5FM Top 40.
Yeah, and talk about hottest. We also take a look at the hottest film festival here in Cape Town, man. Yeah, glamorous at that as well.
Absolutely.
So yeah, stick around. I can chill out here all day, man.
Yeah, I can see you like rocking the hand thing there.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is indeed. Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso on SABC3 as we take a look at some international entertainment news. Hopefully some good news. I'm always hoping for good news.
Always.
Yeah?
First of all, do you believe in life after love?
Life after love. Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, there's life after love.
I was going to say, do you believe in miracles? But
Yeah, I'm actually talking about Cher, you guys. Now, in case you missed her at this year's Billboard Music Awards, where she performed after many years of not doing so, then cheer up because I've got some good news for you. The legendary entertainer has signed up to be part of the sequel to the movie Mamma Mia.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Yes, I know. Quite amazing, right? Now, while the news of her actual role is being kept under wraps, we can confirm that she is going to be belting out a song or two, and of course joining a cast that includes the likes of Meryl Streep, Colin Firth, Lily James, as well as Amanda Seyfried. So I think it's going to be really cool. I'm just so happy that Pierce Brosnan is not in again.
Wow,
and he's not
it
singing.
was a bit weird.
It was terrible.
It was a bit weird.
You guys,
why are you guys
some
hating?
things that
Not
Pierce
hating.
should not do, and
No.
singing is one of them. The movie is expected in 2018, so that's going to be quite interesting to see her on the big screen singing.
How much product do you think is in that particular hair piece that she's got? Like, there's so much frizz.
Yeah, but I think that's just a wig, though.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Kan jy haar sukkel?
Right. Well, from dancing with Paddington Bear to now confirming some really big news, Kate Middleton has done both this week. The Duchess of Cambridge, who is pregnant with her third child, has revealed that she is due in April next year, which is really cool because that's a few days before Princess Charlotte's birthday, which is on May the 2nd, and of course before George's birthday, which is in July. So all of them are going to just have birthdays like month after month after month. It's going to be really nice.
Guys, can we just recognize how incredibly strong William's genes are?
William's
Do you know what I mean?
genes? Why
Like in
Williams?
terms of
Like look at the children just look like him. It's just like, I'm absolutely convinced. It's strong, man.
Yeah, so true.
Yeah, but they're beautiful. They're
They
beautiful.
are very beautiful.
Strong.
Eh?
Beautiful.
I hope the genes stop when it comes to.
Oh, well, I don't know if I don't know if that's gonna go, go that way. But congratulations, yeah.
George is
good
gonna
luck.
be like, I want to keep my hair.
Why did you do that?
Great stories, though. Great stories. Thank you so much, Leanne. Really appreciate it. Listen, let's get some music going. In terms of your 5FM Top 40 local international chart, it's been an interesting week in terms of the chart. Heavy hitters Justin Bieber and Maroon 5 drop out of their respective positions. And newcomers, local acts as well, DJ Ganyani, Good Luck, they make a re-entry into the chart. Yeah, man, brilliant stuff. But who will be this week's number one?
Hey, what's up, guys? Nick Hammond here, back with another recap of the 5FM Top 40 from this past weekend. And like we always do in the beginning, let's start by looking at the brand new entries onto the charts. And speaking of which, at number 38, it's Rita Ora and Avicii with Lonely Together. The second new entry pick I went with this week came in at number 31. It's Khalid and Ray Strimmed with Young, Dumb and Broke.
We're just young, dumb, and broke, but we still got love to give while we're young, dumb, dumb, and broke.
Time to check out the Move and Shaker picks for the week. The first one coming in at number 27 as a re-entry. It's Opposite the Other with My Body Moves. My second Move and Shaker pick this week is the first of now two singles about to be released by DJ Ganyani and Good Luck. It's also a re-entry called Fading. Time to check out the top 10 biggest songs and music from this past weekend, beginning at number 10 and dropping from number 1 the week before. It's Maroon 5 and SZA with What Lovers Do. Taking the number 9 spot this week, it's Zayn and Sia with Dusk Till Dawn. Steady for yes, another week in the top 10. At number 8 this week, it's French Montana and Sway Lee with Unforgettable. At number 7 this week, it's Logic and Alessia Cara with 1-800-872-8255.
Taking my time, I feel like I'm out of my mind. It feel like my life ain't mine. I don't wanna be alive.
Camila Cabello and Young Thug take the number 6 spot this week on the 5FM Top 40 with her band.
Oh,
just 4 weeks on the charts already at number 5, Post Malone and 21 Savage with Rockstars.
When my homies pull up on your block, they make that thing go grata-ta-ta.
Still rocking hot and hard within the top 10 at number 4 this week, Willie William and J Balvin. The track is called Mia.
Esta fiesta no tiene fin. Botellas para arriba, sí. Los tengo bailando, rompiendo.
This week at number 3, she's recently shot up to become one of the biggest artists in the world. It's Cardi B with Bodak Yellow.
I might just spill on your babe. My feel like a lake. He wanna swim with his face. I'm like, okay. I let him get what he want. He buy me eat.
Sitting at the number 2 spot this week is a former number 1. It's new from Pink called What About Us.
What about us? What about all the times you said you had the answer?
Thanks so much for watching, guys. Make sure to catch me, Nick Hammond, Monday to Friday, 9 to 12 on Hammond Time. And of course, every Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. to find out who'll take the number 1 spot on the 5 FM Top 40. Speaking of which, this past weekend, and it's so good to have him back in the pop landscape, it's Sam Smith with Too Good at Goodbyes.
Count the list, I love you. Baby, we don't stand a chance. It's sad.
Hi. Goodbye, Nick Hammond. Goodbye. Beautiful music there from the 5FM Top 40. Thank you very much to the team. Now, as moviegoers, we all know and understand that feeling of seeing a familiar landscape in a movie. Now, imagine seeing several of those in various films from across the continent in what has become Africa's most glamorous festival, the Cape Town International Film Market and Festival.
From Cannes to Toronto, film's always been something to admire and celebrate. Now, Africa's got its very own film festival, and it's happening right here in the heart of Cape Town.
More than just lights, cameras and action, the Cape Town International Film Market and Festival creates an African platform for the local film industry to become globally relevant and competitive.
Congratulations on such a prestigious film festival. Why did it take so long to come about?
Well, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day. It takes you to do one brick at a time, and I think it's been an exhilarating experience for me going through this journey, trying to put this event together. First of all, I'm not an event organizer. I'm a filmmaker by trade. So this has been like a completely different experience for me, and I'm quite thrilled that we actually reached the finishing line tonight.
Africa is rich in talent both on and off camera. How challenging was that for you to choose the few that actually made the cut at tonight's film festival?
I think it's important for us to be completely impartial in the process. If we are aligning ourselves as an international platform, we have to comply to specific codes of conduct, and we are not taking favoritism in any of the participants that are coming into play.
As someone who's been nominated for an Oscar, congratulations on that, by the way, do you think African content and film has what it takes to compete on a global scale?
I absolutely think we have the ability to compete globally, so I'm hoping that people take up the opportunity of what we are starting to create here today and in years to come.
The market program is where film industry leaders converge for business, while the festival celebrates creativity in African film and its talented stars on screen.
The Cape Town International Market and Festival not only has a great team at the helm, but it also has a powerful personality as its ambassador.
For me, it's just not just important, it's very exciting. It's also an honor to be a part of such a great event and a movement, I hope, as well, for African film and us being a bigger and more pivotal part of film all around the world. So I'm really excited about this, and I really think it's hopefully going to make a great difference in what happens here and in the rest of the world in terms of film. South Africa has enough talent to compete on a global scale. People love our stories. I think it's the access that's the issue, it's the distribution channels that's the issue, and these are all the things that are going to be tackled during this festival that are going to be discussed, and hopefully we'll find solutions for those things as well. So I think that we just need to learn to have more self-worth. People are doing great work here, and I want to be a part of pioneering that and being a part of growing that kind of international strength within here in Africa.
The festival not only has powerful industry leaders supporting growth and development, it also ensures the finest and most diverse African films are showcased to the world.
With many of Africa's best and entertaining films on display, it comes as no surprise that the who's who of the industry stepped out for the glitzy and exciting event.
I think
what's important is for local audiences to be encouraged to go and watch local film. I think that's what needs to be encouraged. So whether it's events like this, whether it is going to penetrate the ears of the market who are going to watch movies, then that's what's vital. South African and African film certainly can compete on a global arena, and we've seen that nowadays. I mean, our directors, our talent, our crew are just, everyone from all over the world comes here to shoot their films, so it's just as good that we get the platform to celebrate our local talent.
My biggest hope is that we break the mold, that we stop saying we South African actors and then these international actors. We're in a global market, we're just as good as anybody else, and it's time to show them what we've got. So that's my hope. When we can start making that shift, that we're not just a South African industry, but we're international, we have our own unique stories, and we need to send it to the rest of the world.
I think the future of everything in Africa and South Africa is very bright. I mean, we've got Trevor Noah putting us on the map, we've got these kinds of great events. I'm very optimistic, and I think it's only onwards and upwards from here.
The Cape Town International Film Market and Festival may only be celebrating its 10th anniversary, but it's certainly packed enough punch to give Cannes and Toronto a run for their money.
We certainly do love celebrating South African talent, and then we continue doing that after the break with young Josh Daniels, who will be just gracing us again with his beautiful voice. Cannot wait for that performance.
Man, this young man is phenomenal. And then it is that time of the morning, the culinary hotline bling. Ting, ting, ting. Absolutely. Peter and Nels here, and they are our chefs on speed dial this morning. Stick around.
Get a taste of the smooth life and win when you buy Tropica. Follow the entry details on your Tropica bottle and stand a chance to win daily airtime prizes, weekly giveaways of Fujifilm Instax cameras, Daniel Klein His and Hers watches or travel vouchers. You could also win the grand prize of a trip for two to the Maldives and stay at the luxurious Adoran Resorts. Visit tropica.co.za for info and T's and C's.
It's all for breakfast. Watching you pretend you're unaffected. You're pulling our connection, expecting me to let you go. But I won't. No, you don't need my protection. But I'm in love, can't blame me for checking. I love your direction, hoping that the message goes somewhere close to you. Close to you. Say now I'm coming right now to be close to you. Said you let it go, but you kept it. Working hard to perfect it. Now your fear is reckless and it's out of your control. Would you let it go? No, you don't need my protection. But I'm in love, can't blame me for checking. I love your direction, hoping that the message goes somewhere close to you. Close to you. Close to you. Oh, yeah.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, it is indeed, and welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Express on SABC3. We have another stunning live performance coming to you from Josh Daniels very shortly, but right now let's quickly take a look at the headlines of the morning.
In die nasionale nuus, die Wes-Kaaplandse minister van ekonomiese ontwikkeling, Alan Winde, meen sowat 4.9 biljoen rand sal in die landbousektor verlore gaan indien die huidige droogte voortduur. Winde sê die sektor word deur verskeie probleme soos voëlgriep en kwynende watervoorrade benadeel. Hy sê die droogte sal 'n vernietigende invloed op werksgeleenthede hê en sowat 36,000 mense kan hulle werk verloor. Suid-Afrika se openbare beleggingskorporasie, een van Afrika se grootste batebestuurders, PIC, sluit investering in die sukkelende staatsbeheerde Suid-Afrikaanse lugdiens nie uit nie. PIC se hoofbestuurder Dan Machila het die parlement se finansiële komitee meegedeel dat die SAL egter eers sy bestuur moet verbeter en 'n omkeerstrategie moet instel. PIC bestuur die aftreefondse van die Suid-Afrikaanse regering en was onlangs in die nuus na berigte dat die Finansiesministerie geld uit die pensioenfonds aangevra het om staatsondernemings uit die verknorsing te help. Op die internasionale front oornag reën en wind het brandslaners gehelp om reuse brande wat huise verwoes en mense in hulle motors gedood het te tem. 36 mense het in Portugal omgekom en 4 in die noorde van Spanje. 15 mense word nog vermis. 3 dae van 'n rou is in Portugal afgekondig. Onder die mense wat in die brande omgekom het, was 'n 1 maand oue baba. Slegs 4 maande gelede het 64 mense in die dodelikste brand in Portugal se geskiedenis die lewe gelaat. En dan ten slotte, duisende mense het gister die strate van Katalonië ingevaar nadat 'n regter die aanhouding van 2 separatistiese leiers gelas het. Dit het spanne oor die streek is 'n chaotiese referendum van Spanje weg te breek weer laat oorkook. Duisende werkers liewer in Barcelona en ander stede het begin staak weens die nasionale hof in Madrid se besluit om die separatiste Jordi Cuixart en Jordi Sanchez toe te sluit. In Barcelona het honderde betogers buite die streeksregeringskantore gedreun sing, onderdrukking is nie die oplossing nie. Well, that was your 8 o'clock news update. Let's take a final look at what's happening in the world of sport with Kat.
In your sports update this morning, South Africa and Bangladesh resumed their ODI battle today with the second game of the 3-match ODI series taking place in Paarl. Now, the Proteas currently hold a 1-0 series lead after Hashim Amla and Quinton de Kock helped them to a cruising 10-wicket victory in Kimberley last Sunday. Today's game gets underway at the Boerant Park Oval in Paarl from 10 a.m. In footballing news, Kaizer Chiefs got the better of Mamelodi Sundowns in the Premier Soccer League last night as they claimed a 2-1 win in Pretoria. While Sundowns managed to get a goal back in the 82nd minute, Chiefs had already done the damage thanks to a goal by Siyabonga Ngezana and Bernard Parker in last night's only other fixture. Bloemfontein Celtics beat Cape Town City by a 1-0. Moving over to Champions League football, Tottenham Hotspur earned a valuable point in the Champions League last night as they played out to a 1-1 draw with Real Madrid in Spain. Tottenham took the lead in the 28th minute with a Rafael Varane own goal, but Cristiano Ronaldo restored order just before half-time as he slotted home a penalty after Toni Kroos was fouled in the box. Elsewhere in the Champions League last night, Liverpool crushed Maribor by 7-0, while Manchester City earned a 2-1 win over Napoli. And finally, the draw for the European 28 World Cup playoffs took place last night, which saw 4-time world champions Italy drawn against Sweden. Italy, who haven't missed a World Cup since 1958, secured their playoff spot after finishing behind Spain in Group G, while Sweden lost out to France in Group A. Elsewhere in the playoff draw, Northern Ireland will face Switzerland, and the Republic of Ireland are up against Denmark, while Croatia will play against Greece. And that's a roundup of your sporting news this morning.
Just a couple of minutes past 8 o'clock. Let's quickly get our last roundup of your traffic and weather. Starting with your traffic, Gauteng Centurion. There's been an accident on the N1, and that's northbound at John Foster Drive. Heavy traffic there. Then in KwaZulu-Natal and Durban, severe delays of around 92 minutes and delays increasing on the N2. That's southbound between Sibaya Drive and the KwaMashu interchange. There's an average speed of only 5 kilometers per hour. If you are still heading out on the roads this morning, please drive with care and reach reach your destination safely. Let's get a last roundup of your weather quickly, and it looks like you can expect a mild to warm day across most parts of the country with nice and sunny conditions as well. Polokwane skop af op 12 grade minimum en 'n matige 24 later. Mbombela 11-20, Pretoria 12-29, Johannesburg 11 grade minimum en 'n maksimum 27 grade, Mahikeng 14 en warm later vandag 32, Klerksdorp 15-30, Kimberley begin op 12 te styg na 29, Bloemfontein 9-27, Richards Bay 17-24, Pietermaritzburg 9 grade minimum en 'n maksimum van 20, Durban 16-22, Tata 9-22, East London 14-20, Cradock 10 minimum this morning and a maximum of 29, Port Elizabeth 13-19, George 10-20, Sutherland nice and cold this morning on 2 degrees minimum, reaching a high of 22, a little bit warmer, Cape Town at 12-19, Worcester 8-26, Springbok on 7 minimum with a maximum 28 degrees, and Uppington starting off on 9 degrees minimum, reaching a nice and hot maximum of 32 degrees. That's a wrap of your weather and traffic right on your Feel Good Breakfast Show for your Wednesday morning.
Spend 400 Rand or more at BP. Swipe your Avios card and you could win big. Make your dream holiday a reality with #BP Fuel My Festive.
Well, let's add some beautiful color to your Wednesday morning with great music from Josh Daniels. At 17 years old, he's got an incredible voice, and he's about to show it to you right now, singing Rihanna's Close to You.
Nothing but a tear that's all for breakfast. Watching you pretend you're unaffected. You're pulling our connection, expecting me to let you go. But I won't. No, you don't need my protection. But I'm in love, can't blame me for checking. Love your direction, hoping that the message goes somewhere close to you. Close to you. Like so close, if they heard you, you wouldn't find out. Just say now, I'm coming right now to be close to you. Said you let it go, but you kept it. Working hard to perfect it. Now your fear is reckless and it's out of your control. Would you let it go? No, you don't need my protection. But I'm in love, can't blame me for checking. I love your direction, hoping that the message goes somewhere close to you. Somewhere close to you. Somewhere close to you. Yeah. Just say now, I'm coming right now to be close to you. To you. To be close to yeah. To be close to you.
Wow. incredible, beautiful voice, stunning performance once again, man. One of your favorite artists, Rihanna, is she?
No, not actually, but yeah.
You like covering her songs. Listen, so you come from a very musical family, because I know your sister's also got a brilliant voice. She has a stunning career right now in Spain. Is that something that was encouraged in your family to just pursue the musical thing?
I think so.
Yeah?
I'm sure of that, yeah.
Which one of your parents is most musical?
My dad.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, listen, we're looking forward to an amazing career coming from you, because you're finishing up high school next year.
That's right.
And then you'll be launching yourself.
Yes,
Excellent
definitely.
stuff. Well, thank you very, very much. Let us know what you thought about that performance on our Facebook page. That's Expresso Morning Show SABC3.
Thank you so much, Kat. Well, the Expresso New Metro Movie Club had guys' nights as well as girls' nights out. And now we present the New Metro VIP Date Night as part of our latest competition.
Take your love life to the next level with a romantic cinematic experience, compliments of the Expresso New Metro Movie Club. Win double tickets to see The Mountain Between Us in New Metro VIP nationwide, which includes luxury in-cinema dining with luxurious leather recliner seating, a VIP lounge, and an a la carte menu prepared in New Metro's own kitchen by its VIP chef. To stand a chance to win your VIP seat and dinner for two, SMS the keyword VIP Date Night, your name and city to 40675. Rekindle the romance and experience The Mountain Between Us in New Metro VIP. It's your scene.
Well, it's my favorite time of the week. You know what it is. Peter and Anel are here, where you can give us a call on 021-430-9881 for the culinary hotline bling. Ting, ting, ting.
Absolutely. Some great questions I'm hoping that we're going to be answering this morning. And then, if you perhaps have any special crockery at home, how do you clean it? We'll give you some awesome tips a little bit later on. Stick around. We'll be back after the break.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Call us on your cell phone. Culinary hotline bling. That can only mean one thing. You know what time it is? It's time for the culinary hotline bling. Ting, ting, ting. Give us a call on 0214309881. We've got our food experts here, Peter and Anel. Good morning. So good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
Peter, feeling especially amazing after Liverpool's 7-0 drubbing of Maribor.
Finally, my team have won something.
Let's not talk about that. Anyway, let's get right on with it, shall we? Our first question comes from Rodney, all the way from Nelspruit. Good morning, Rodney.
How are you?
I'm very, very well, thank you. Thanks for the call. What is your culinary conundrum?
I just wanted to ask you about the chocolate cupcake. How does it you working? What ingredients do you put there?
Chocolate cupcakes. Are you planning to make them for somebody special?
Yes, sir.
Who?
It's my girlfriend.
Oh, for the girlfriend.
Purpose. Okay. If he does a good job, it could become a wife, yeah?
Hey, listen,
Yeah, it's Katia I'm talking to.
It is indeed. All right, so listen up. Here goes your recipe to make chocolate cupcakes.
Rodney, I've got it for him. It's just remember all your ingredients room temperature. That's a big thing.
Yes.
So you've got your flour. You've got to please sift all your stuff to get a bit of air. Peter, can you help me with that?
So that's to get the air in there.
Yeah, cocoa powder, all your dry ingredients first.
Even the sugar?
Yeah, even the sugar.
Isn't it too thick, the grains too much?
Yeah, man, market. I would actually use softer sugar.
Yes.
Sugar. What is it?
Caster sugar.
Caster sugar, yeah. That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, and then you've got your bicarb, your bakpoeier, and your salt to go in there, and that's fun.
Peter didn't learn that old technique of sifting where you beat it against your hand like this. He's like, bang, 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 in the bowl.
And he's making a hell of a noise in this
I'm a chef, man. We do it properly. I'm not a haste squirtle or whatever.
So all the dry ingredients are sifted, and then you just mix all the wet ingredients.
All right, so you can go with 2 eggs.
Yeah.
All right.
Some oil and some buttermilk for some extra moisture.
All righty.
But you know what I do, and I know it sounds very controversial. I gooi everything like this in a mixer. I don't even mix it beforehand.
Oh, okay.
So
that's if you have a mixer, right?
Yeah, if you have got a mixer,
If you fancy
I
like
throw everything in the mixer without anything.
Anel is morsing op de tafel en alles. All over
sorry,
you.
Peter, but you are supposed to wear an apron. I don't know what's going on with you.
Oh, he's feeling confident. The
Jeepers,
Liverpudlian
you're in the
man.
kitchen.
Rodney, I hope you're paying attention. So it was very easy so far. We've had some sugar, flour, cocoa powder, eggs, oil, and
coffee for flavour as well.
Coffee.
It adds to the chocolatey flavour. You're going to add some choc chips.
Get in there.
And a little bit of vanilla essence.
All right.
And
That
then you
enhances the
bake
flavour a little bit. And then you bake it.
For
So
about 12 minutes.
is there a danger of over mixing? Because I know that when you're baking, that sometimes.
No, there's a huge chance.
All right.
So
Rodney, are you following the recipe?
Yeah, I'm listening, yeah.
Excellent,
And
excellent.
Rodney, the recipe is on Expresso.
Yes,
so,
expressoshow.com.
Yeah.
So check it out there if you want a reminder. And then after that, you get it into your cupcakes paper.
What I always suggest, just give the cupcake holder a little spray with some spray and cook, just so that you know when you do pull them off, it's going to come out.
Excellent.
And to get even cupcakes, I use an ice cream scoop and I scoop it out and each one, so it's exactly the same amount.
Excellent. And then, of course, the icing at the end?
That's just a butter icing. I mean,
butter icing, yeah.
And you can put anything on there. I like to put crunchies and peppermint crisp, and I just dot it up. So Rodney, whatever your girl likes, whatever chocolate, whatever she likes, you just gooi it on top.
And then the oven temperature 180 or 200, and that's probably about just under 15 minutes.
Yeah, under 15, 12 to 15 minutes, yeah.
Rodney, was that easy enough for you?
Okay.
Excellent. Well, try it out, and once you've made your beautiful cupcakes for your lady, send us a picture so we can see how she liked them. Thank you so much, and of course, we'll keep our lines open. 0214309881. We'll continue shortly with the culinary hotline bling. Ting, ting, ting.
Absolutely. Now, after a little mess that Anel made in the kitchen this morning, it is a Macca kitchen cleanup time. Now, if you're lucky enough to have beautiful porcelain or even bone china dinnerware that's been given to you, maybe for your wedding or even handed down to you in the family, listen up for some very handy tips for handling these delicate and very special crockery pieces and making them shine.
Dishes made of bone china add a touch of elegance to every occasion, yet bone china and fine porcelain requires special handling. Whatever you do, don't put your china in the dishwasher. The high temperatures and abrasive cleaning action can damage the delicate crockery. Hand washing is best, and fortunately, a common household item like MAC dishwashing liquid can restore your china to its former glory. Using a well-formulated product like MAC is always the best choice and will give you the best cleaning results. Use tepid water with a good squeeze of MAC. MAC's high foam active lemon formula will gently but thoroughly clean these delicate items. The trick is to wash items immediately to prevent stains, especially tea stains in cups. Use a soft sponge to wash plates and serving dishes to avoid scraping and scratching their surfaces, especially items with gilt trims. For things like teapots or tureens, they need to be soaked before washing to remove lingering food. Just fill them with warm water and a tiny squeeze of MAC and allow to stand. Then gently rub away the stains, rinse thoroughly and allow to air dry. Finally, buff your bone china up with a fine linen cloth. Remember, when storing this high-quality crockery, to always place a paper serviette between the plates to avoid scratching.
And there you have it, some great cleaning up tips with Mac. Now, here's some good news for you. We are giving away a Mac hamper worth 300 Rand each week. And all you have to do to stand a chance to win is SMS the keyword Mac to 33728. That's MAQ to 33728. SMSs are charged at R1.50. No free SMSs apply, and T's and C's can be found on our website, expressoshow.com. So be quick, though, because the competition ends this Friday at midnight.
For every dish, for every occasion, Mac makes it easy for you to shine.
And in that short time, Anel has done something wonderful to her hair. I'm not quite sure what it is, but it looks cool. We love it. We love it.
The viewers don't like my hair in front, so we're going to put them at the back now.
Anyway, listen, we're still taking your calls on 021-430-9881 for the calorie hotline bling.
Ting, ting, ting.
Fabian Rue asked this on Facebook. The best way to clean a cast iron grill pan.
Okay, it's not so much how to clean it, it's how to look after it.
Okay.
Okay, so you can clean it however you want. What you need to make sure is that once you've cleaned it, you take a nice bit of oil, canola oil or sunflower oil, rub it over it so it doesn't rust.
Okay.
So that is the most... But what happens when you deal with a cast iron, it's very brittle. So whether it's a porky pot or a griddle pan,
yes,
you need to make sure that the increase of temperature and the decrease of temperature happens slowly.
Okay.
That's why because it's so brittle, if you take it from that hot fire and put it into cold water, it's going to crack. So that's the most important.
There we go.
And so also when you clean, the way I see it is, don't take a hot pan and put it under cold water because something is going to happen to it.
Yes.
If you want to clean it, make the pan hot. I like to keep it hot. And then very hot water, I'll let it rinse. And then it cleans so much easier.
Okay.
Kaz, just on that, if you are using a griddle pan, if you allow the proteins to actually be cooked before you move it, then you wouldn't actually have to wash your griddle pan. Okay. And then the meat's not going to stick to it. So people tend to move their meat way before the protein cooks. So you let it, you sit it there, and you leave it there for a good 5 minutes or so. Then you give it a little shake. You'll see it will want to come up, then and you turn it over.
There we go. Instead of leaving them stuck onto the pan. Brilliant, brilliant answer there. Let's get another question on the line right now. All the way from Kimberley is Valerie. Morning, Valerie.
Goeiemôre.
Hallo
Valerie.
Goed.
Ek wil net vra hoe pumpkin roll. If I bake it is berry underneath, what must I do? Once I bake it?
Yeah.
So we've got a doughy pumpkin roll, so soggy bottom kind of issue, if you will.
Yeah, we don't like soggy bottoms. A pumpkin roll is maar dieselfde soos 'n Swiss roll.
Yes.
So jy bak 'n dun laag in die oond teen omtrent 180 grade. Maak seker al twee van jou elemente werk, Valerie. Okay. Please make sure of that. And that it's in the center, so it bakes evenly from the top. And when you take it out, just make sure that it's done. Jy moet dit voel as dit terugbounce is it done.
Okay.
And then the important thing is the cooling down. You turn it around and you put the bake a wet towel over it of a nat lappie en dan iets bo-op it so it can cool down.
On a cooling rack, not straight onto a surface.
Ja, not straight onto so dit is vir my net En dan as jy dit oprol, I think your chances are less of getting a soggy bottom.
But when you're baking as well, I think to make sure that you get an even top and bottom is to make sure that your oven's on convection oven. So you've got the two lines with the fan.
Yes.
That's what you're looking for.
Okay, because that heats and dries as well, if you will, inside the oven. Okay, Valerie, brilliant question. Thank you so much. Try out that tip and let us know how it works for you. We've got another caller on the line. Hazel from eThekwini, Durban. Hello, Hazel.
Good morning, Kekes. Thank you for taking my call. I just wanted to find out what is cornmeal. I wanted to make southern fried chicken. I didn't have the spice. And a friend told me to use cornmeal.
Okay.
What is cornmeal? Is it mini meal or what is it?
Southern fried chicken.
That's actually a very good question. It could be either. It's just corn that's been ground. So where people get a little bit confused is with what we call millipap.
Yes.
Okay. The Italians call polenta.
Yes.
It's very much the same. It's just the grains being either a little bit finer or coarser, depending.
Yeah.
But the word polenta actually means a way of cooking something, not the actual
food itself.
Yeah,
yes.
so you're still using a corn flour to make a polenta dish.
So in Hazel's example now, she wants to make southern fried chicken and it calls for cornmeal.
She can use
she use
anything.
pop?
She can use really pop.
She can use cornflakes ground. You can use anything, any because that all. If you've got a, I don't want to mention brands, but I've got these wonderful machines in my kitchen, and they have these beautiful attachments, and they've got a stone grind on it, so I can turn normal millies into a flour.
Okay, there you go. Hazel, so do try it out. And southern fried chicken, I've never tried that at home.
Pop crust.
Can you imagine? Huh? It's like having your starch and your protein in one. Just done.
Yeah, like breakfast, lunch, brunch.
All right, on that note, we're going to keep our lines open, 0214309881. We'll be back with the culinary hotline bling. Sing, sing, sing. I want that southern fried chicken.
Clover fresh milk is way better. Made with love by Clover.
Well, just like Kat said, we will be back with the culinary hotline bling after the break with Peter and Anel making your cooking easy.
Talking about making things easy, we're also going to show you how to do your laundry more efficiently. All that more coming up on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
What's your dream holiday? The call of the wild at a game lodge or living it up among the bright lights of a big city? Well, make that dream holiday a reality with hashtag BP Fuel My Festive, and you could win one of 21 dream holidays every week from 2 October until 15 December. All you have to do is visit a BP fuel station, spend 400 Rand or more and swipe your Avios card. You can get your Avios card for free at BP and swipe to enter the greatest festive competition. Hashtag BP Fuel My Festive.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Call us on your cell phone.
Culinary hotline bling. That can only mean one thing. When you call us on 0214309881, you get into the culinary hotline bling. Ting, ting, ting. Taking all of your culinary conundrums and solving them for you one question at a time. We got a call from Mrs. Whitehair in Johannesburg. I promise White hair. I didn't make that up, I promise. And she asked about flour substitutes because she is gluten intolerant. So when a recipe calls for flour, what you can then use as a substitute?
There's so many different flours out there now that you can use. I mean, we have some here. We have almond flour. We have some
soya flour.
Soya flour.
And this is a
tapioca
flour. Okay, but what happens is you can't just use it as a straightforward substitution. You need to actually read up a little bit about it, and you might have to add one or two things to it in order for it to work.
Yeah, because obviously they would react differently to ingredients than what baking flour would.
If it said 100 grams of cake flour, you couldn't just put in 100 grams of this and it'll come out the same. So you need to read a little bit about it. But Google's so incredible nowadays. And it's,
Well, there's fantastic recipes on the internet and on Expresso's website. But what I like as well is coconut flour, and I use it a lot with tarts and stuff for bases, and especially the almond as well, because it adds a lovely nutty flavour to it as well. So I really enjoyed it, especially if you make like a chocolate tart or something. Also gluten-free with your base, and I make it with almond and coconut. Delicious, divine.
But bearing in mind these flours are very expensive.
Obviously the healthy options happen to be. Question from me though, is there a case in which you should not substitute flour with something else? Like for instance, I was thinking now, if you were making, let's say, cupcakes, where using almond flour might not be a good idea because that would completely ruin the recipe.
Yeah, you could add a little bit. You could add some to enhance the actual texture and the flavour, but you can't substitute it as one for the other.
What other examples might there be where you wouldn't be able to substitute flour for something? Bread.
Okay, you can't just put almond into making like a sourdough bread or something. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
So bread is a very, very complicated thing when it comes to gluten-free. I hate gluten-free bread. It tastes like cardboard. Oh gosh, I'm sorry, but I don't enjoy it. But if you
have to,
I'd just rather don't eat bread. But bread is a big thing. But there's loads and loads of gluten-free recipes on the internet and very good ones as well.
Okay.
Where you can substitute the flours.
Well, maybe one day we might do a blindfold test and see whether Anel enjoys our version of gluten-free bread.
Try that.
Let's do that.
I would like that. I'm telling you one thing. I'm going to hate it. I'm probably going to. It's like Zola and a banana. It's about the same reaction.
How do you feel about gluten-free bread?
For me, it's not so much of a concern because firstly, I'm not gluten intolerant, and so when it comes to eating, I just try and have whatever it is I eat in good proportion. You know what I mean? So don't overdo it.
But that's why I always say, like, if you're going to eat bread, make sure it's a good bread.
Yes.
You cheat properly.
Not applicable to all forms of life.
Talking about food,
when it comes to food, if you cheat, then make sure that you cheat properly. Okay, let's quickly go on to this question, and hopefully we can answer it theoretically. Otherwise, we might go into the practicality of it later on. But Kako from Clarksdorp said, whenever making blueberry cake, blueberries sink to the bottom. So how does that happen, and why does that happen?
It happens for a simple reason that it's too heavy and it doesn't stick to the dough. So what you do, you just take a bit of the flour that you use in your cake or in your mixture, and you mix it through the berries so they coat the berries, and then you fold your berries in, and then they're going to stick inside and they're going to not go to the bottom. This is a question we get a lot. A lot. You probably know that answer.
Sinking to the bottom of
What I tend to do as well, like if I'm making I don't do many dessert things, but I have a wonderful cheesecake recipe. But I do it with blueberries. And I find if your mixture of your cheesecake is thick enough, then they're not going to drop to the bottom. And what I tend to use is tinned blueberries, because they have the sugar and everything around it. So they actually, and what I do is I put it in, and then I let it set for about an hour, and I give it a stir. So then you have those beautiful blue lines going everywhere as well. And then you let it set, and then you'll find the blueberries are all over.
But it's berry season now, so
get in there.
Use them, It's berry season.
Absolutely, but the tin, there's nothing wrong with tin. There's nothing wrong with the tin fruit.
Well, there you have it. We'll keep our lines open. 021-430-9881 for the culinary hotline playing.
Ting, ting, ting. Thank you so much, guys. Now, Bosch and Omo Auto want to make life easier for you. And with developing technology, there are tons of ways to make sure that you do your laundry better, faster, and more efficiently.
A top-quality washing machine makes life easier for you. Bosch has designed washing machines that produce excellent results in 30 minutes, offering greater convenience in the comfort of your home.
Laundry day is something that we all have to face at least once a week, but with developing technologies in both washing machines and detergents, it can definitely lighten your load. Nicole, what is your quickest cycle when it comes to the Series 6 washing machine?
The Bosch Series 6 washing machine is equipped with a super quick cycle. This cycle washes between 15 and 30 minutes. So it washes really quickly, but it doesn't compromise on the results of the wash.
And what would you use this cycle for?
This specific cycle is used for clothing that is lightly soiled and weighs approximately 2 kilograms. The cycle is very quick, and we don't recommend using a full load on this program.
And obviously with a fast wash, you need a good detergent.
Yes, Bosch recommends using Omo Auto for tough stain removal, even on a quick wash.
Regardless of how advanced the washing machine is, the detergent plays an important role in delivering excellent results. That's why Bosch recommends Omo Auto.
When you can't skip laundry day, switch to Omo Auto. Just a quick wash for tough stain removal.
Okay, we're back again in the kitchen with the culinary hotline bling. Sing, sing, sing. Taking all your questions on 021 430 9881. Vanessa from Durban wanted some tips, I guess, the do's and don'ts of making bobotie.
Sure, dis 'n moeilike ding, but bobotie is actually so easy to make. So I think you
give me a quick rundown. I know the raisins, right? There's raisins in there.
You've got like a mincemeat. Just get good quality mincemeat.
Yes.
That is the big thing. You get like a masala or curry that you add into it. You have to have like I use lemon leaves as well. I add some lemon leaves and that adds some flavor.
Yeah, the lime leaves. Yeah.
Lime or lemon leaves. It adds some flavor to it. And then you use your masalas and then your egg and milk mixture. You put it over this and you bake it in the oven and don't bake it too long and it's going to droog wees.
Okay. I think from a cooking perspective, the most important part is what I do is I put my onions into a pan, okay, cook them down, put the curry powder into the pan, cook that down, and keep adding a little water, cook it into a paste. Then you take it off, okay, because remember curry powders are raw, and if you don't do that, it's going to have that gritty, like substance to it. So you always cook your spice out first. Then what I do is I take my mincemeat into a hot pan, a little bit at a time, because then you brown it, take it out, brown it, take it out, and then what you do, once you've done all of that, you then mix that with your onions and your curry, and then you carry on exactly what...
Okay.
Yeah,
brilliant idea. Okay,
and don't overbake it, otherwise it's like a omelette droog story. And serve it lekker with some chopped tomatoes, onions, with a bit of vinegar, or with a bit of chutney on the side, in a yellow rice.
Yeah.
And a yellow rice.
A yellow rice with rozijn.
Remember, the whole thing is already cooked, so by the time you stuff it into the oven, it's just to let that custard actually set on top. So that's all you're doing.
We have another caller on the line joining us from Cape Town. It's Frida. Good morning, Frida. Hello, Frida.
Frida.
Okay, Frida lost the line there.
We just spoke about berries just now.
Yeah, we're going to do that now, but I'm getting the question now from Frida.
Okay.
Wanted to know, so must you sift your ingredients 3 times when you are making recipes that, like we did earlier on when we made the cupcakes? Do you have to do it 3 times over to make sure it's really, really done? Or is once enough?
For me as a chef, once is more.
Yeah.
I think in the olden days...
There's more important things to concern yourself with.
Yeah.
Like, is your temperature in the oven right?
I think in the olden days when the flour...
When I was young.
And when the flour wasn't so fine and refined as it is now. But now it's already light and fluffy, and some of the stuff I don't even sift it.
But the thing with food as well, we've taken to such high levels now. We must remember when it first came, no one sieved anything. They just put it in together, mixed it, and it came out beautifully. So all this, if it's got another little lump here or there, is it really going to kill you?
I mean, it might be a bit more crunch, eh? A bit more crunch to your recipe. All right, we were talking earlier on about the fact that berries are in season, so you want to get as many of them as possible. They're healthy for you. So if you are able to buy them like in bulk at these markets, right? How do you keep them longer so that they don't necessarily go off because they are organic?
Berries are fantastic to freeze. You can actually just throw them like that in the freezer.
Yes.
Just like that, in bags in the freezer, and then use them. You can also make beautiful compots and you can fill it in leaves, soos van daai wat jy gekoop het, cook them in a syrup, put them in a bottle.
And I saw yesterday on the show, Ewan and Graham made a wonderful smoothie.
Yes.
And they took frozen fruits, like the frozen pineapple, put it into their little... Magi, whatever you call it.
A smoothie. You made a smoothie. Peter, that's what you get for being a Liverpool fan. You don't know things like smoothies.
I was trying to describe the machine that it's made in without mentioning the brand. I know what a smoothie is.
Oh, my goodness.
And then I made a beautiful salad yesterday with a kudu biltong.
A kudu biltong?
Yeah, kudu biltong. Kudu loves any berries with it. So it's kudu biltong, feta, lots of different berries, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, all together. And I made a lavender balsamic reduction.
Lavender.
Yes. I'm going to make... Jy gaan maar weer sou, ek sal vir jou kom.
I'm already getting my solar reaction. I just like,
come on.
It tastes perfumy in my mouth.
A little bit, Kathleen. Gewoon nou nie die hele bos nie. Just like a little bit. It is the vibe.
Okay, all right. I'll wait for you to try it, and then I'll bring the gluten-free bread.
Okay.
And then we can do a little swap test, right?
Okay.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much for your calls and your questions on Facebook. We'll do this again next week when we join you for the Culinary Hotline playing Ting Ting Ting.
Clover fresh milk is way better. Made with love by Clover.
Well, still to come on your Feel Good Breakfast show, our parenting expert, Nikki Bush, sits down with us, and it's all about helping our children conquer numbers.
Absolutely, and then talking about children as well. Now, last weekend, a brilliant event went down at the Kenilworth Centre. 42,000 meals were packed for the needy children. I mean, trying to combat hunger, and of course, Graham was involved, and he's smiling ear to ear. We'll bring you the full story after the break.
What I love most about the summer season is the fact that everyone's mood seems to change.
The sun is out, people are at the beach, they're friendlier.
Warm temperatures, beautiful weather. It's lighter for longer, it gets lighter earlier.
Fun memories, spending it with family, and the best part,
the fashion. Oh, I live for summer fashion.
What I most love to wear in summer is as little as possible.
I love dresses, I love flowy things.
What I'm wearing right now, a denim jacket with a formal shirt and then a t-shirt underneath. That is paired with an athleisure shorts and sneakers.
The one trend that I'm loving at the moment is that athleisure. You can dress it up a little bit, you can smarten it up, you can really kick back and have a lot of fun with it.
I love shorts, I love t-shirts, I love dresses. I really feel like summer is the time to play around with your wardrobe.
So what I've really done with the Expresso presenters for this upcoming spring-summer is focus on 3 trends. For the boys, it's really about athleisure. Pair more formal pieces with more sports athletic wear. Some a bit more casual, say, on the bottom, with something a bit formal on the top. For the girls, we're doing blush pink and then metallics. So you want to pair very minimally with that. Always integrating a subtle piece, something more neutral, whether it's the top or the shorts or in the footwear to bring the whole look together.
You got to wear what you're comfortable with. You got to have what you're wearing be an expression of yourself. But the more adventurous you are and the more you allow yourself to come out in your fashion, the better.
Dress what you feel confident in, because the minute you wear something that brings out your personality, automatically you'll also have that confidence. So there really is no limit to this season's fashion.
I have one summer do and one summer don't. I think people in summer have a tendency to go a bit too basic. Because it's so hot outside, they think sort of a tee and a pair of shorts is the way to go, which is fine because it is hot and you want to be comfortable. But again, experiment with different colors and patterns. Because you're wearing less, you want that to speak more. And my big summer don't, you really want to be conscious about the sweat stains. So if you're wearing darker colors, if you're hot, it's gonna show with the stains, generally in the areas in which we sweat most. So my advice for that is actually go a bit lighter. The whites, so the light creams, the nudes. Check your local weather listings for that day to sort of suss out what sort of colors will work, keeping in mind that we all have a tendency to sweat on those summer days.
The headache you must get from this.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso only on SABC3. It's a beautiful day in the Mother City, a reason to be positive and happy. Right now, though, let's focus on our young ones. We're back with our creative parenting expert, Nikki Bush, talking about the importance of learning numbers.
We are talking about number sense, not necessarily mathematics just yet, but number sense and how we can develop that in a very fun way within our children and I think within ourselves. Looking at these unbelievable games that you brought, Nikki Bush continues this discussion. Let's talk about the games that we can play with our children, all ages, to start fostering that number sense.
Yes, so that concrete sense of what makes up number. So here we've got a card that has the number 6. And then we have 6 little fish. So what we have to do is create 6 balls of Play-Doh.
1 fish, 2 fish.
Okay, and then we've got the little fishy stamp. And now we create a fish. So I'm going to create 6 fish here. So I can actually count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And little children need to touch what they count. So that was the concrete. The semi-concrete being the picture of and the number being the abstract. 3 different stages of learning that children need to go through in order to get that understanding of the number.
And there's also a nice sense of accomplishment by the end of it because you've created something. You've made a little fish.
Yes, and I made it myself.
There's something to really reinforce it.
And then here we have the magnetic number maze. This is a farmyard scene, and we have to have 1 apple in the number 1, 2 in the number 2. This is a little magnetic wand. So we're using fine motor coordination, if you could just hold that, to drag and drop our apples so that we've only got 1 in the number 1.
Ooh.
This is all fine motor coordination. This is the way I'll hold a pen when I'm older.
Yeah.
Now we've got a gazillion of apples in the number 2. So now I have to drag and drop them into another space where they can make up the number 6, for example, because I need to be left with 2.
At what age would a child be confident to...
About the age of 4. This one, between 3 and 5 years of age, and this actually even at 5, I'm even fascinated.
Yeah, I know. I'm sitting here thinking like, oh, okay, this is...
It's magnetism, and look, the great thing about this is we can play it in the car because
it's an
nothing falls out.
infinite amount of
falls
routes
out.
to take.
Okay.
Yeah, very cool.
And then over here, I have a rainbow balance, and if you can see here, this is the number 10, and it's been expressed in 2 different ways. Here we have a block on number 2, number 3, and number 5, and here it's number 5, number 4, and number 1. It still makes up the number 10, and it'll balance. So making up and breaking up number in different ways, using different mediums, gives children that understanding of number and experimenting with number. This is the thing.
And balance and gravity and tactile and colour and...
You see, tactile, what you just said, tactile, concrete, meaningful learning experience for me, so that I understand this when I get into grade 2 and 3 and 4, and I'm now doing the abstract, the numbers, 1 plus 2 equals, I've already got all these neurological pathways that have been laid out for me that I can go back to and build on.
I'm picturing in my mind teachers across the country going, hallelujah, please, parents, do this. Don't just leave it all up to your teachers to get them over the line there. Just very quickly, we've spoken about how you can develop mathematical vocabulary through that as well. They're learning about numbers, shapes, and all those sorts of things. I think a lot of parents are really interested in the games themselves. You are the guru in that space. How can we connect with you? I know you're going to be putting your Toy Talk events together. How do we connect with you in that sense?
That's right. So the Toy Talk events take place in Johannesburg. There are 4 of them in November, 7th, 8th, and 9th of November. And if our viewers want to go to nikkibush.com, Toy Talk tickets. They can go and find out how to get hold of their tickets, and you will see the best of what is available in games and toys for this year.
Oh, you're going to feel like a big kid yourself. I know you love going through that part of the process, putting the toys to the test. But there you have it. There's a way that every one of us can start introducing a number sense. It's not maths yet. It's a number sense, and something that we shouldn't feel intimidated to broach with our children from the earliest stage. Have a little bit of fun with them. Maybe we'll develop our own math skills along the way. Nikki, thank you so much.
Thanks.
Well, Private Property is proud to bring you Winner Home on Afternoon Express, where you can follow the journey of the competing design duos as they decorate 3 homes. You stand a chance of winning the grand prize worth 3 million rand, your choice of one of the 3 completed homes at the Eye of Africa Golf and Residential Estate, as decorated by the design contestants, with finishes by Plascon and Caesarstone, outstanding bathroom fittings by Gerbert and Grow, and premier appliances by Grundig. You will also also automatically entered for the bi-weekly giveaway, and the latest prize is a KitchenAid mixer valued at 10,000 Rand, courtesy of Caesarstone. Now, you have until the 29th of October to get your entries in for these incredible prizes, so visit privateproperty.co.za and vote for your favorite design duo to enter.
This is your chance to win the home you've always dreamed of. SA's favorite interior design reality competition, Winner Home, sees 3 design duos transform empty spaces into lavish homes, and one of them could be yours. To enter, visit privateproperty.co.za and vote for your favorite design duo. Put yourself in line to win amazing prizes in the bi-weekly draw and automatically be entered for a chance to win the grand prize, your choice of one of 3 fully designed homes in the Eye of Africa Golf and Residential Estate in the south of Joburg. The finished property will include luxurious finishes by Plascon and Caesarstone, as well as premier home appliances by Grundig, with a total prize value of more than 3 million Rand. Competition details plus T's and C's can be found on the Private Property website. Watch the breathtaking properties come to life as the design drama unfolds and stand a chance to win the biggest prize on South African television, your very own dream home.
So right now we're tackling a rather serious issue. Now, can you imagine not having breakfast in the morning and then have to go about your day's duties? It's family, it's commitments, maybe a long commute. It's ridiculous. You can't. But that is a reality that faces so many children within South Africa. And a shocking statistic is the fact that 20 children in South Africa die of hunger every single year.
And that should not be the case whatsoever. No. And that's why we're so proud of our team, along with all the volunteers that took part in the Rise Against Hunger movement this past weekend, where they were packaging meals that would ensure that our children are fed every single day.
We're here at Kenilworth Centre for our Rise Against Hunger Meal Packing Day. Today we're going to pack 42,000 meals, which translates to 165 children in the most impoverished areas of the Western Cape receiving a meal 5 days a week, and the vital nutrients to help them grow and become the superstars that they deserve to be.
In observing World Hunger Action Month, volunteers graciously offered their time to help pack a dry meal kit that is easy to cook but nutritious, so children can enjoy a healthy meal daily.
Ronald, it's one thing donating, it's another thing actually rolling up your sleeves, donning the hairnet and getting stuck in. How has it felt being a part of this team packing today?
It's wonderful, and I would really recommend for any corporate to use this kind of thing for team building. It just makes such a difference to get out there and actually yourself make a difference. It's one thing to give a buck here and a buck there, but when you go out and you do something, it makes you feel so much better as a human being, and I recommend it for anyone.
To come out here and help because not everybody has what I have, and so it's just good to always give back to the community and always give back to the less fortunate, and we're doing this for children.
It makes me realize that, you know, we are all human first before we anything else, and the fact that we could all come here together to do this amazing thing, it really warmed my heart, and it's something that I really want to do again.
It's such a little thing. I mean, it's not a major effort, and if we can do something little, lots of us can do something little, I think that's wonderful.
So we are just over halfway through our meal pack in our attempt to get that 42,000 meals. We are well beyond our target. These people have treated it like a full-time professional gig this morning. Our production lines have been pumping it out. And the most amazing thing is, I think we're going to get our quota before the end of the day. So to everyone thus far, well done, but we're not quite there yet. We've still got a few thousand meals to go. So I'm holding thumbs, but we're on the right track.
Rise Against Hunger, an international relief organization, distributes food and works to mobilize necessary resources to hopefully end hunger globally by the year 2030.
This is just a one day out of my year kind of campaign. This is your day every day. What motivates you? Why have you given so much of yourself to this campaign, to this organization?
Coming home, knowing what you did, and seeing the kids that we actually distribute the meals to,
it's a huge difference we make in their lives. We actually have ECDs all across the Western Cape. So we do work with partners in Stellenbosch and other areas that we're not close to, but we do see to the immediate Cape Town area. So we look at Yonyanga, Yokayalicha, Crossroads, and some of the kids that we actually give the meals to, it's the only meals that they have for that specific day that they get fed.
These meals are necessary for a child's holistic development and restores hope to families and communities. This aid wouldn't be possible without the incredible support of the public.
After a frenzy of activity we've done it, this unbelievable group of people behind me, my family, after today, have helped us to pack 42,000 meals and more in one day. That means 165 of South Africa's most vulnerable children will receive a meal 5 days a week for an entire year. So I'm going to ask, for sentiment's sake, can I please get one last whoop whoop?
Hey, stick around to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. A couple more minutes to go. When we come back, we reveal the Emoji charades game as well as what you can expect coming up tomorrow.
You're back with the Expresso right here on SABC3. Time for us to find out what the answers to our Emoji charades game is. The clue that we gave you was this song is from this particular American band's third studio album. You know it contains only one word. There was one person that said Earth, Wind and Fire. That was unfortunately not correct. But let's go here with Alvina. Oh, no. Alvina actually got it wrong. Francine, who says Expresso show Thunder by Imagine Dragons. I think everybody loves that song and every other person got it correct. So well done. We'll play that game again next week, Wednesday, same time, same place.
Did you get that song? The pups have joined us. Yes, Thunder now I know.
Thunder.
Thunder. Oh, you see, that's why there's like 3 thunderclouds in that.
Yeah, the rain confused me though.
Yeah, the rain, I don't know. Anyways, guys, it's a brilliant day today. Hope you go out and enjoy it. Tomorrow we do it all over again, and it's Bollywood-inspired fitness. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting, and jam squares in the kitchen.
And then we also check out the movie Happy Death Day, which is crazy, and our performance coming to us from Anders. They'll be making music. Get in here, Leanne. You've got to say goodbye to everyone.
Thank you.
It's time to say goodbye. Yes, you do that. Well, guys, enjoy your day. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a wonderful Wednesday. We love you.
Bye, South Africa.
Enjoy the view. Enjoy the view. It's quite nice.
Expresso Morning Show, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.
your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso loves to wake up the nation with inspiration, meaningful conversation, and a lot of fun. We're also proud that this entertainment and interaction goes beyond TV, and we connect with the Expresso family on social media. So we're proud to announce that Expresso has been named by Africa Brand Index as the #1 TV show on social media in Africa. Expresso has top TV shows across the continent for communicating with our audience on social media. And this achievement is thanks to having the most awesome fans on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
We would like to say thank you so much to our online Expresso family for helping us become the #1 TV show on social media. Oh, it means so much to us to be able to interact with you, and we thank you for being on this journey with us every single day.
Expresso is known for its feel-good stories, and what I love about social media is seeing the response to these incredible stories. It's really heartwarming to see people sharing their own experiences or relay how the story has inspired them. It inspires us to keep finding and sharing these feel-good moments.
I love when the viewers laugh with us, when something funny happens during the show. We speak to the camera and we have a laugh in studio, but it's great that the conversation really becomes a two-way thing when we get to read the viewers' response and they are laughing along with us.
You too can be a part of the #1 TV show's social media family on the continent, where you can take a peek behind the scenes and let us know how you feel about topics and stories on the show.
So if you're not part of our social media community yet, what are you waiting for? Please come and join the Expresso family. You can find us on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Twitter. And we would love to have your voice join our daily conversations.
Don't miss Expresso weekday mornings 6:30 to 9 a.m. on SABC3. The stage is yours.